guys, it's Rachel from the Little Bitty Man, and today I have my book review on Pretty Little Secrets by Sara Shepard, and I hope you can see this without the glare. Sorry, my theme song is currently, I'm making a new one, but I accidentally deleted the old one off my computer. And anyway, if I'm looking down or over, I'm looking at my agenda where I keep score of what I'm going to be talking about too, and of the categories. So if you're new or you just need a refresher of how I rate my books, I rate my books in 5 different categories: plot, characters, cover, suspense, and overall in terms of reading again, very soon 5 to 5, not so soon 1 to 5. And before I get into this, I want to say this is a no spoilers review. This is going to be a complete review, like it won't even spoil the first 4 books. This book, it takes place in between the 4th and 5th book. The 4th book's unbelievable and the 5th book's wicked. It takes place right in the middle, and it was, it came out in 2010, I believe, or 2011. And I believe you can read this in order, like you don't have to wait till after the 10th book to read it. I believe it won't spoil anything. Yeah, so basically this book, it's a holiday book and it has 4 stories in it. So usually when you read the Pretty Little Liars series, you have 1 chapter is Hannah, 1 chapter is Emily, on and on and on. But in this you have 4 different chunks of stories and you don't get the other perspective, it's just the one liar. The first story is Hannah's, the second is Emily's, the third is Arya's, and the 4th Spencer's. And yeah, so I'm just gonna give you kind of, so Hannah, she, like, basically, she's still, how can I describe this? It's very hard to describe without spoiling anything. So I liked Hannah's story, I'll just say this. I liked Hannah's story, it was very good. I'll tell you which story I liked the best. Emily's story was okay. Arya's story was really, like, the first time I read it, I was like, oh my gosh. And Spencer's story is pretty good too. My favorite story was Arya's. My second favorite was Hannah's. My third favorite was Spencer's, and my 4th was Emily's. Yeah, because like Arya's was so exciting, and then Hannah and Spencer's was pretty good. Emily's had some boring parts I found in it for me, but I still think it was a really good story. All of them were pretty good. So I'm going to get into my review now. So plot, I gave a 5 out of 5. I absolutely love the plot. Sara Shepard's plots are hard not to give 5 out of 5 to. They're really well thought of, and I like, this is not really a spoiler, but they have a drink called Amno Spa, and it's in all 4 stories, I'm pretty sure all, or 3 of them, and it's really funny to see how she connects certain elements within all 4 stories, so they're kind of connected. So I really like that, and all the plots of the stories were good. They made sense, they were logistical for the character, they weren't out of character stories. So yeah. Characters, I give a 5 as well. I absolutely love the main characters, and there's also some other characters brought in, which I really enjoyed too. Yeah, there were some characters that you'd seen in the first few books in Emily's story. There was a character, so it was kind of interesting to see where that character went off to, and I feel as if this was a really good addition to the series. Cover, I give a 5 as well. This is a nice holiday cover. It's nice red, because red's a festive color, I know, for Christmas, not really any other holiday, but red's just a festive color, I think, for that time of year. That's just my opinion. And they have like some nice, you know, fancy clothes, and they're all together, and it says A's making a list and checking it twice. And this, I didn't take this to school, so that's why it took me a little longer to read, because it's like pitch white and I didn't want to like get it gross. And it says it's so much more fun to be naughty A on the hardcover. And I believe now this is in paperback, but don't quote me on that. At least in Canada I think it is. I'm not sure about anywhere else. Suspense, I give it a 4 out of 5. These books, this one wasn't as suspenseful because I think reading it over, and even reading it the first time, I'd already know what happened after this and before this, because I was already on to the 10th book by the time this came out, so yeah. And also, they're short stories, so they can't be too suspense driven as much as a book could be. I find because the stories are shorter and the book just goes a little bit longer, so yeah. Overall, I give this a 4 out of 5. I would absolutely read this again, but not quite away. Like when I reread the Pretty Little Liars series, which I'll be doing this month, so I'm not going to be rereading this one because I just read it, but I'm not probably going to be reading Allie's Pretty Little Lies over again. I'll just read the books besides a prequel and this book. Yeah, so that was my book review on that. Make sure to tune in May if you guys are Pretty Little Liars lovers, because I'm going to have reviews on all 12, yeah, there's 12 now. 12 books, and I'm going to extend it probably a little bit into June. May's not going to have all of them, I don't think. I'm going to try for like at least 7 or 8. But June I will be reading also the newest book that comes out the 13th, and I'll definitely have a review of that. So tune in if you're a Pretty Little Liars lover, because these videos are the most watched on my channel, so I know a lot of you would probably be interested in seeing this. Yeah, so that was my review of Pretty Little Secrets. I am now on to The 9 Lives of Chloe King by Liz Braswell, and yes, I have to get started on that, so I better go now and start. Okay, bye guys.